Pornography addiction is an extremely dangerous addiction, and in today's video, I'm going to discuss some of the dangers surrounding pornography, and then I'm going to provide you guys with a solution that you can utilize today anytime you get a craving to watch porn. If you're new to the channel, my name's Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of AddictionMindset recovery coaching programs, which are dedicated to helping people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content, addictions I once struggled with. I think porn is one of the most dangerous addictions of all the ones that I just mentioned, and with good reason. The best way for me to explain this is to give you guys a real life example of mine. A lot of people have this false notion that if you're in a relationship or a marriage or boyfriend, girlfriend, that you're not going to watch porn as much. And that's simply not true. Most people who call our offices are in a relationship, they are married, and they're in a healthy marriage. They're in a healthy relationship, or at least it would appear so. I remember dating this girl, and this was early on into my pornography addiction phase. And what would happen is I would watch porn, and I would go to bed at night, and then she'd roll over, and she'd be like, hey, do you want to, you want to get it in? Do you want to hook up? I would say no, because I was embarrassed. I knew that just 10 minutes ago, I had watched pornography and that I wasn't ready to go for a round two. To be honest, based on what I watched, I wasn't really interested in experiencing an experience that I've already had several other times with this girl. This is really, really, really bad. Not only can you see how this obviously damages the relationship between us, not only does it create embarrassment and anxiety for me, now my anxiety is going up, but I'm also creating some level of anxiety for this individual. Now she's left to wonder, like, God, why doesn't he want to have intercourse? Why doesn't he want to be intimate with me? And now I have more anxiety because I have to now explain repeatedly on many occasions, look, it's not you, it's me. I'll figure it out. Now this got even worse. This was somewhere in my mid-20s. After I started to do this over and over again, watching more porn, having less interest in hooking up with my girlfriend, I started to buy pills, Viagra and Cialis pills from some website, some Indian pharmacy. So now I'm taking really gray area Viagra and Cialis pills in my early 20s just to get it up because I now am suffering from ED induced by the anxiety that I'm experiencing from watching porn. Do you guys see how screwed up this is? Of course, I'm putting my health at risk physically because of these substances. I'm also putting my mental health at severe risk now. And here's the messed up thing about how I was doing that. I'm watching porn, which is causing all these problems that I just mentioned. I'm worried about my physical health. I'm worried about my mental health. I'm worried about my relationship now because I know it's falling apart. And I would get anxious. And my brain would say, oh, Frank, how do you ease anxiety? Go smoke some weed, pack a dip, and watch some pornography. You'll feel a lot better after doing that. That's how you cope with anxiety. That's how you cope with stress. So then I would go do all those things, feel good for like 30 seconds, and then boom, I'm right back to a new heightened level of anxiety. Porn, I think in particularly, is one of those things where if we consume it, I don't think we feel particularly good about ourselves afterwards. Like I could consume nicotine, weed for sure, and I could feel decent about it. Like I wouldn't feel that level of disgust or dissatisfaction with myself that I would feel sometimes when I watched pornography, not every time, sometimes when I would watch it. And I think this is really, really, really bad when it comes to our self-confidence and when it comes to our drive and when it comes to our motivation. You compile that with literature that would support that pornography and frequent masturbation does in fact decrease testosterone levels, and that ceasing watching porn, ceasing masturbating for a period of time increases testosterone. Wow, I am really setting up for a bad place in my life. Here's my mental health suffering. Here I am taking black market Viagra and Cialis pills. Here I am watching porn on a daily basis, damaging my testosterone levels when I should be in the peak of my testosterone development. And yeah, not to mention, I'm binge drinking, I'm smoking weed, and I'm vaping, and I'm chewing tobacco. What a destructive combination of behaviors. Now, here's the funny thing. When I quit, first I quit smoking weed. Shortly after, almost immediately after I quit chewing tobacco and I quit vaping. Energy drinks was my other addiction, got that off the list. So now there's no caffeine, no weed, no nicotine. I'm feeling much better, but I would go on these binges of watching porn, and I was trying to quit porn. I was really trying. And it was amazing to me how even though I had got rid of all this other stuff, if I would take watching porn maybe 2-3 days in a row, I would feel absolutely terrible. Like, I mean, fatigued in the morning, hard to get out of bed, no interest in doing that morning workout, just complete like trash. And looking back on my experience with addiction, it amazes me how much just pornography, aside from all that other stuff, because I got rid of it, how much pornography was impacting me mentally and physically. Shocking. Now, before in the past, I would maybe quit porn, but I'd still be smoking weed, using nicotine, pounding energy drinks. So I wouldn't really get a good gauge of like what's actually causing the problems. Of course, here at our company, we talk about the combination of all those things causing those problems. And that's why we work with people one-on-one. Text the number below or call our offices to inquire about pricing if you want to. Another thing that I want to talk about in this video is overcoming cravings to watch pornography. A craving is nothing more than a thought. And you are not your thoughts. You are not defined by your thoughts. And I can prove it to you. How many days have you gotten up throughout a week or a month and said, God, I really don't feel like going to work today? But you get out of bed, you take action, and you go to work. How many days have you said to yourself, God, I'm feeling kind of depressed today, but I got to put on a smile. I got to hit this meeting out of the ballpark. I got to show up for my kids, my family, my wife. I got to front a smile today. And even though you feel depressed, you show up and you got a smile on your face. You took action. How many times have you said, I really don't want to go to the gym today. I'm just so exhausted, but you show up and you go to the gym. You are defined by the actions that you take, not the thoughts that you have. So the best way to overcome a craving, which a craving is nothing more than a thought telling you that you need to change how you feel in that moment. The best thing you can do is take action. And I don't care what action looks like. Go do 10 push-ups, go do 10 sit-ups, go outside and go for a walk. Call a friend, watch another motivational video, pick up a book and read, go make music, go make art. I don't care what you do. Do something. The last thing you want to do, though, is sit there and let that thought consume you until that thought defines you. And how does a thought define you? I want to watch porn. Boom. I pick up my phone and I go and I watch porn. I could have taken any action in the world in that moment. Anything. There's a million things at our disposal these days that you could take action on. But I chose to sit there and try and negotiate my craving. And 9 times out of 10, when you try and negotiate or surf a craving, you're going to fail. So in order to overcome that craving, save this video, watch this next time you're struggling. In order to overcome that craving to watch porn in that moment, get up, take action, change your environment, change your movement patterns, change your breathing, do something that's going to create a physiological change. Go take a cold shower, go take a hot shower. I don't care. Do something. Clean, cook, write, read. Doesn't matter. Take action. Try this next time you get a craving for porn. I promise you it's going to go a long way. My last tip is download an app, and I think this is great for long-term success. This is something that I still utilize today. Blocker X app. This is an app that's designed to block certain websites and certain content from your phone, and you can use code AM20 and get 20% off if you choose to get the paid subscription version, which is totally worth it. You might not want that version. Download the free version. It's awesome. I put the link to that app in the pinned comment below. So I'll see you guys in the pinned comment below to check that out and read about BlackRock's app. All right. I hope this helps.